What quality do I distinguish first listening to a choir? I would probably not distinguish choir then. I would rather speak of any musical group then. And there is, it's not a simple answer, it's not one certain thing. There's probably a number of features of characteristics that I value, yeah, that I consider being important. It has to be united in its message. It has to have that blend and that wonderful communication in the group. It has to have its individuality and its voice, even if it's instrumental ensemble. It has to obviously has its sound and its special way of treating things, special way of treating music. It has to have a character. That's very important for me. At the same time, of course, well, there's all the number of all the necessary practicalities that come along, you know, like all the boring things like intonation and so forth. But for me, the most important thing is probably, yeah, these two. Then one is the communication skill, so that the group has that common sense of fulfilling certain duty of messaging together, and that it's very obvious that it's important for these people that they are investing a lot of themselves in it, and then that it has its particular color, its particular character. But I probably evaluate very highly those who are able to really adapt, those who are able to produce different, so that the vocabulary of a musician is wide and you can embody oneself into different characters, yet staying, you know, who you are. But of course for Rachmaninoff you need one sound, and for I don't know, for Bach you need something else, and it's very important that there is this skill in the group that allows to perform both on a particular level. When I started guest conducting, that was a good while ago, then I had this ideal sound in my system, and I actually tried very hard to squeeze the groups I was working with into that frame. But the further I've gone in this business, the more I evaluate the fun and the privilege to collaborate and to together for things, to engage people and to encourage them to uncover their natural qualities, not convert them into something that they are not. I think that's very important. And for me myself, I evaluate these moments very highly. I think this is what is successful for me, if I can find good balance, good natural balance with the group that I'm working with, and try and enhance them and release their natural qualities in the positive way. Of course, a conductor always has to come with clear idea of what the subject is, what the interpretation is, starting from very small technicalities up to philosophical statements, so to say. Yeah? But at the same time, within that framework, that conversation about that particular subject can lead you somewhere which you do not expect. And that's probably the most interesting thing about it all. The strategies and aims, of course I'm a little bit cautious at the moment, because of course we have to be practical and we have to plan, and the first season I'm here, which is season 14-15, is already very, very clear, of course, and we are already deep into 15-16, although I haven't started even yet, And it's a bit difficult to predict how things are and how things will be, and how will that natural process of collaboration, of communication, where does it lead us? And indeed, I want to pursue a natural growth. I have several passions in music, of course. Well, first of all, I think I'm rather universal. I like different kind of music. I've studied early music, I've studied Baroque a little bit, and yeah, I feel quite at home with 19th century music, and I've done most of the 20th century's music, and my passion is creation of new music. So I think we'll be doing all different things. What a normal professional choir nowadays has to do, that is very obvious, that we are all very universal. But at the same time, what sticks out of it as probably most important strategic goals for me is regular relationship with your composers. I mean, the choir has been very good with this. The choir has commissioned a lot of new Estonian music, and I'm very curious and very interested to be part of the process. Because it is a process. It's not that you go to the shop, put some money and get something from the shelf. I mean, it is a process of wonderful interrelation before you actually get that piece ready. Very inspiring, sometimes very dramatic as well. And then, yeah, in that process I really want to uncover, to explore how far can we go, what can we reach, what exactly is that voice that we are searching for together. Well, I completely disagree with this competition principle in music. I mean, who is better, Maris Jansons or Neeme Järvi? Or which orchestra is better? Is it Wiener Philharmonic or is it Berliner Philharmonic? I mean, this is not what we should. This is not how we should think of it, because. Talking about the Estonian Filharmoonia Kammerkoori and Latvian radio choir, and perhaps Rias and the BBC Singers and Netherlands Kammerkoori and all the other wonderful groups of that category, they all have their personality. They all have their wonderful message in this world, and I wouldn't say that one is better than the other. It's just that they are different, and that makes the world interesting. I know that it probably makes the singers a little bit nervous that the introduction to me is happening like this, because it's obviously different, very difficult moment when you stand there alone and you have to show all your virtuosity and everything in front of a person you don't know that well. Unfortunately, that's one of the features of this particular business, but in regard to newcomers, I'm just very curious to see what the playground is, what is the context, what is the newest generation, what are the people who are around the choir, how are they, and what are the qualities, and what are probably the problems as well. So I'm just very curious to see things in context, and the best is, of course, to explore individuals. The first program is Deutsches Requiem by Johannes Brahms, the piano version. So there'll be two pianists there and choir and soloist, and that is second half of September. I can't tell you the dates exactly by heart, but I think it is 24 or 23, something like that.